First on Fox Chicago News.
The governor wants to raise personal and corporate income taxes by 1%. So given what so many schools are facing when it comes to concerns about being underfunded, we're asking you, would it be right or wrong for Illinois lawmakers to raise your income tax? Tell us how you feel. Vote at myfoxchicago.com. You can also send your comments via text message, but punch in the word right or wrong to make sure your vote counts. Either way, if you leave a comment, include your name and hometown. Message and data rates do apply, and we're going to bring you the results later tonight. But first, before you answer that question, you may want to consider this. Are there other options that should be on the table right now? Tomorrow, the state will hear a new proposal from the nonpartisan research group, the Illinois Policy Institute. It is releasing its plan for the state, which it calls fiscally responsible. You're getting a preview of it tonight, only here on Fox Chicago News. Here with us, the group's CEO, John Tillman. John, welcome. And first of all, where do you stand on the idea of raising income taxes?
Well, I'd be opposed to that. Obviously, people looking for work right now can't afford to have taxes raised and taking more money out of their personal checkbook. What the state needs to do is what people do at home. You sit down with a pencil and paper. First thing you do is figure out how much money you have coming in. Then you take and pay the mortgage, you pay your car payment, you put food on the table, and then you pay everything else. That's what we've done with our report right here, which is a balanced budget living within the means of the $27 billion that the state is expecting to bring in.
John,
and we think that's the right way to go.
I know you want to release it tomorrow, but can you give us a couple of key ideas that are in your budget proposal that we have not heard from the governor?
Well, a simple one is we think the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity should be written out completely. That's the game where the government picks winners and losers in economic development. We think the best way to create economic development in the state of Illinois is to lower the tax burden, reform regulations that put roadblocks in the way of entrepreneurs, investors, and workers who want to partner together, start a job, and start paying taxes.
In these tough economic times, are you finding waste in this budget? There's
tremendous waste. We earlier this year released our 2010 Piglet report where we showed a definite amount of waste in the hundreds of millions of dollars. What we've done with our budget is focused on the core issues, and the core issues right now are that pensions need to be reformed. Right now, public employees make 15.7% more than private sector counterparts. They get very generous benefits. They have great pensions. We need to reform pensions not only for new employees, but also for current employees going forward. And we need to put the pension payment at the front of the line to make sure for those who've earned retirement up until now and current retirees that they are fully funded.
Speaking of the pension, a big part of what everyone agrees needs to be fixed about the budget. How do we get here where we are in such a crisis for our state? It isn't just about the economy, the bad economy, is it?
No, the bad economy has made things worse, but we've been accumulating unfunded debt year after year after year. Unfortunately, this has been going on for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and what happens is every year the budget, whether it's Springfield-driven or by the governor, they put what they want to spend at the front of the line instead of core priorities. The other problem is that the pension obligation is now crowding out more and more. So, for example, all those people earlier in your report, they were talking about spending cuts. Part of the reason those things are all at risk is because pensions have become such a huge part and will continue to be a growing part of general revenue spending that it's crowding out core government services. What we need to do, by the way, with all those folks that talked earlier is I'd like to see every school district budget online in a searchable database and how every check is being written. Cutting teachers first, I think, is the wrong move. We should look at all the spending and focus on keeping the money in the classroom and cutting elsewhere within education budgets.
All right, some ideas. This is the first time in recent history or anyone's memory that someone has actually submitted an alternative proposal to the state. We will wait and see how it is received. John Tillman, thank you, from the Illinois Policy Institute. Thanks for being with us tonight. One more note, though, on the school layoff issue. Elgin school spokesperson Tony Sanders will be live tomorrow.